go.
What is new, YouTube? It's Moosie bringing you guys another Black Ops 3 Zombies video. Now we're going over the new ZETSUBOU no SHIMA, or however you say it. I still cannot figure out how do you exactly say it. But today I want to show you guys how to complete the Skull of NAN SAPWE, or however you say that as well. Maybe if they make these names a little easier to say, then this video would be a little easier. But first of all, what you have to do is if you take 2 rights directly off the spawn, go through 2 doors, you will come to this 4 quad skull place, and you can see there's red skulls, and each one is on top of a certain blue symbol. You actually have to match up those symbols with another kind of like a bird bath. Around the map there's 4 different locations, and I have figured out that the 4 locations do not change. They're always these 4 locations, but the symbols can change throughout these locations each time you play. And the first one, at least the first one we do here in the video, is right in the spawn. The very first place you spawn, you'll see the bird bath. 3 guys in this video actually picked up a skull. So we all try it on the bird bath to see which one we grabbed, and I think the very last guy finally gets it in there. You can see it kind of floats up, and then a bunch of green circles in the ground come out, and zombies will come out of those circles. Now this is kind of easier to do at the end of a round if you have somebody else hold a single zombie so the round doesn't end, and then you just kill off all these green zombies before they actually get to the bird bath. And actually if they do hit it enough, the skull will actually disappear, and then you can't do that skull again until next round. You want to make sure they stay away from the skull. But one cool thing about it is these zombies don't even care about you at all. They're literally just staring at the skull, and they'll walk right towards it. They won't even hit you. They won't even look at you. So this first one is pretty simple. Round 10, we have 3 people just going after all these zombies. I'm pretty sure it's a certain amount of time you have to kill these zombies, and then you will see all the zombies disappear, and the skull is actually white now instead of red. And then after each of the 4 locations, you grab that newly cleaned skull, and you'll put it back where you found it on that quad skull holder thingamabobber. And then it'll have like blue eyes once you put it in. It'll kind of sink down onto that quad holder. And then if you're playing with 2 people or just by yourself, grab another skull and come to this next location. Which is off the spawn, and you make 2 lefts straight off the spawn. Will lead you to your next skull location, or just the next easiest one to get to. So as you can see, I had this one, so I put the skull in there. Exact same thing happens, the green circles, zombies walking straight towards the skull. There are spiders in this location, which makes it a little bit more difficult, but still with 3 people, not that hard. And then after that skull is cleaned off, pick that one back up just like you did the first one, and bring it back to the skull holder. And it'll do the exact same thing. You place it down, the blue lights show up, and then you grab another skull if you can. In this gameplay, 2 of my other teammates had the other 2 skulls, so we're just running towards the next location. And the next location is actually in the very middle bunker room, or the power room, however you want to say it. You run straight through the whole room, past the pack-a-punch machine, and it's the very end door, just straight ahead. That's all you need to know, just straight ahead. Continue down the stairs into like the laboratory or whatever you call it. It's right next to the KT4 maker. And you place down the skull with the matching symbol just like you have with the other ones. This one is actually a little bit more difficult still, because sometimes a big guy will spawn and it's just a really close quarter area. So sometimes that can be a little bit difficult to work with, but again, we had 3 guys doing it, so it wasn't too difficult. And after that skull is cleaned, you then bring it back, and now we have 1 more skull location to go. So coming from that 3rd skull location, this is the path to take you to get to the 4th location. You actually have to take the zip line to get down there. There is another door to open, we figured out, but we didn't know that in this gameplay, so we kind of took the long route. You come up in the power room, and then as soon as you have the power turned on, you can then take the zip line. I think it costs $250 each person. You take that down and you'll be in a little tiny area. Basically all that's there is the little skull bird bath. You can do these skulls in any order, but this is our 4th and final skull. So after you complete the 4th skull, you put them all back, if you haven't already, into the quad holder. This tree will open up, a new path will open up. You go down the stairs and you will see the skull right in the middle. You're so close. So after you actually activate the skull or try to grab it, a bunch of keepers will pop up around the outside of this room. They're very easy to kill, actually 1-hit knives and like 1 to 2 bullet kills, but there's just a lot of them. You have to make sure, watch your back. They'll sneak up on you and they will actually hit you down. So just stay on your toes, always spin around. If you don't have ammo, you can knife them. It's really not that difficult, especially like I've said here a couple times, we have 3 people, so this one wasn't too difficult. When you're finally finished with the keeper witch thingamabobbers, all the orange portals will kind of disappear, you'll hear a ding, and then you can actually grab the skull. You like break open its jaw, and then it is the freaking best. I actually love this skull. So I have a little bit of gameplay with it here. The only time you can pull it out is when it's fully charged or 100% charged. The left bumper, the left trigger, whichever way you have your control set up, and that actually will stun all the zombies that you can kind of see. They'll just stand still. And if you use the right trigger, the right bumper, it'll actually just destroy them all. They all like float up in the air and just disintegrate. It's insane. If you're running a train somewhere, you just pull out the skull, just destroy all the zombies behind you. It's actually a ton of fun. But as soon as you put it away, the only way you can pull it back out is if it's fully charged, and you recharge it by killing zombies with your other weapons. So not hard at all to recharge, and it's just a great weapon. I absolutely love using this skull. It's a ton of fun. Hopefully this tutorial helped you guys figure it out. Hope you guys get it. If you guys did enjoy this video, please click that like button down below. So if you guys haven't already, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.